Greetings of 2022. If you please join your palms together for a meditation reading. When the thought of saying the Nembutsu from deep within, having entrusted ourselves to the inconceivable power of Amida's vow, which saves us, enabling us to be born in the Pure Land, we receive at that very moment the ultimate benefit of being grasped, never to be abandoned. From the Tanisho, a Shin Buddhist classic. If you would please join me in Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Around New Year's, we tend to make resolutions. I quit making them because before I could even write them down, I'd broken one. So I quit making. So what is a resolution? Well, a resolution is simply a firm decision to do something. It's a firmness of mind or purpose. It can be a promise to others or to ourselves, or just an oath, pledge, or vow. We all make promises, pledges, vows. Yet, cause, conditions, circumstances, forgetfulness, or any other reason, we may break them. You know, my dad, from my infancy till the day he passed away and to the day my mother passed away, my dad made my mother made her make a promise. And that promise was that her children, that their children would have a higher education. Well, my two brothers tried. But my father really didn't worry about that because in his mind, he saw it as males can always make a living. But females, had to have a higher education. And he made my mother promise that at least some of his children would go to college. And my mother made sure we went to college. And she fulfilled his promise. And she was very pleased with it. She never backed down even though we said, we don't want to go. She said, you will go. And we did. And in very many ways, I'm glad I did go. There is a story, legend, tale of a king named Dhammakara. And this king encounters a Buddha. This king sought to awaken to the same level of compassion and wisdom as this Buddha. So Dharmakara gives everything up, his kingdom, his life. And he makes 48 vows to this Buddha and says, I will not stop until I've fulfilled all 48 vows. And Dharmakara journeys into his practice to fulfill these vows for kalpas and kalpas of time. He did not stop until he fulfilled these 48 vows. When he fulfilled these vows, he became Amida Buddha, the immeasurable light and life, or wisdom and compassion. For his light shines everywhere and unconditionally, and his life still is heard today. So Amida Buddha sought to save all beings, and not just humans, but all beings. And it was regardless of physical makeup, of color, of wealth. Amida Buddha always looked at all beings without discrimination or judgment, unlike the actions of unenlightened ones. He was all accepting, recognizing that all beings are fallible and prone to error. Amida Buddha accepts us just as we are. But the most important vow that Amida Buddha fulfilled was the promise to receive all those who simply turn their minds towards him and called his name. And that vow is still heard to that day, to this moment, to this present time. And that name is Namu Amida Butsu, or Nembutsu. That name is heard in our Nembutsu, our Namu Amida Butsu. Are we willing to listen, hear, and learn what Nembutsu is? Will we ever learn to understand what our Nembutsu is to us as individuals? It is a time to ponder these questions. It is a time to look within ourselves, to search for these answers. And in the meantime, it is always Namu Amida Butsu, taking refuge in the light and life of Amida Buddha. If you would please, join me in Gasho. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu.